Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this update we're going to follow up on yesterday's video. So if you haven't already checked out the video from Monday here at the Simpler Trading YouTube channel, check that out because this is a follow-up to that setup. And in this conversation, we talked about the entry yesterday. So in this conversation, we're going to talk about targets, and I'm going to show you a couple examples of choppy markets and targets because choppy markets are different clearly from trending markets, but that also means the strategy and the expectations we have are also quite different. So looking at crude oil is really very reminiscent of looking at, say, for example, the Russell and even gold right now. Okay, but we'll keep gold for an update tomorrow because we do have that inside day brewing, and tomorrow might be the day that we'll get the pattern confirmation for the market resuming some movement to the upside. But let's start off with an example where you can see sort of the after rather than the before. So in this case, we have the RTY, which could also be traded via IWM. So we have a market that's been in chop for a really long time. Russell has been in chop since the end of March. You can see there. This has been a back and forth, and the Darvis has done an excellent job identifying Darvis signals. And Darvis, where the oversold support is waiting. Now, why am I more interested in oversold support? Because right here you see the trend that preceded the chop was up. So I prefer to be long. So the next part of it is, well, where is the opportunity to get long? Well, again, here, 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 and that creates a zone, not only at the Darvis, but using the previous low. So the zone is in this area. Okay. Now, what we have is a stall. And this stall, which is now sitting at the point of control, is the most volume we've seen at this price level. It's the most volume that we've seen since, well, March. Okay. And this is also, not so coincidentally, the halfway mark, the 50% of the high to low range of the chop. Now, targets for chop, or channels, or whatever you want to call it, distribution is really sort of the formal name, if you will. The target for choppy markets should be the halfway point, right? So you can see the Russell is just kind of hanging out at that 50%. So how do we use this understanding then to talk about what's happening in crude? Well, once again, we have chop. It's our job then to identify the near-term chop, and here's our zone, okay? And then what I'm looking for is basically the market to come off the oversold support. Thank you, Darvis, again. And we're looking for the markets to move higher to the 50% level. So our first target is going to be stepping out in front of 70. So all you do is you take the chop and just cut that thing in half. That's a really effective way to not expect the market to go to the opposite end of the range, which it might, but that would be a second target. The first target really should be capitalizing on that fatigue level right there at the midpoint. Okay, hope that helps. This is a follow-up from yesterday's conversation about how we set up crude long, and then now this is the follow-up to where our first target is. See you in the next update. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.